really interesting is that was not Edward that sent blood for the Nexus. That was a
John is an asshole.
You know what, Edward? See what I'm saying?
Welcome to Splintered Spirits. I'm your host, Gary, and I'm trying to find out the answer to the question, what are spirits? After following my nephew, John Santa, from @SantaParanormal, communicate with ghosts regularly. In this less edited re-release video version of episode 8, we take Cathy Nadal, our friend, author, and psychic medium, to the fireplace room with Johnny, where we get some BGE, big ghost energy. Edward, the ghost we love to hate, has some nasty things to say as usual, and the vibes are so intense, an object flies off the wall. Cathy Nadal, who can be found on Instagram at CatWitchNYC, and whose books can be found in the link tree in our bio, brings us one step closer to figuring out what is going on. Not only with the spirits, but with Johnny as well. Again, we have a lot in this episode. It's a long one, so let's not waste any more time listening to me ramble on and dive into the conversation.
Yes, I'm in a beach chair.
Yeah. Oh, nothing but the best for you, Cathy.
Hey, that's an expensive high-class beach chair, mind you.
Hey, top shelf.
Top shelf beach chair.
I bet you didn't realize.
My fat ass. So
I bet you didn't realize what you were in for, Cathy. We got nothing but the best top quality furniture in our haunted basements.
I can't believe it, though. When we got in here, we were just setting up, and I said, so what happened when you were sleeping? I said that somebody touched you. You were sleeping. He said, no, that happened here.
So do you remember I didn't bring it up at the office because I wanted to wait till we were here, when she said, hey, you were sleeping and somebody, tapped you on your shoulder and, woke you up. That was here. It was, how I do the shots for coins, and you send me a certain amount of money on live and I take a shot. That night, I was reaching my limit. I might have had like 32, 33 shots.
It's all for science, Cathy. It's all for science, by the way.
Yeah. I lined up a couple more shots, took them, ended up passing out, and something woke me up here. And it's funny, on live, my viewers know it as the ooh-wee moment, because I always say ooh-wee. It's like one of my catchphrases. I just like naturally say it. And I woke up saying ooh-wee. Like something like tapped me, and I'm like, ooh-wee.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's the ooh-wee moment, and that's what you were referring to.
Wow.
And then when we came down here, she said it. She was like, this is where it happened. And I'm like, yeah, it was here.
Okay. Also, that story, she felt it in your office, but it happened in this location. All right. So, Cathy,
I don't need to be at a place because it's all connected to him. So he's the connection.
Okay.
So these people could be on Buckout Road or wherever they are. They might stay over there, but I'm able to communicate with them because of him. So if you took him out of the road, out of the room, they may not show up.
All right. So then what, if anything, are you feeling anything just being in this place?
Well, yeah. So we parked the car, and I got out of the car, and I said, are we going somewhere where it's cold? And he said, no. And I said, well, I have a scarf. And I started to go back to the car, and he said, it's not cold. And I said, okay. And I really expected to have a lot of cold energy. We walked in this room, it's hot. I mean, I still have my leather jacket on, but it's hot. But outside, I was gaining that it would be a cold place. So energetically, I was convinced that this place is cold. And it's not the temperature of the room. It's the energy associated with the room.
Oh, man, I would get up and get the fuck out.
But Gary, I was in Iraq. I'm not afraid of anything.
There you go.
You guys are nuts.
Oh, that's it. Fear.
I mean, okay.
It's the worst
Johnny,
catalyst.
All right. So now, Johnny, just like Johnny, do you ever feel anything? Like, are you feeling
about that?
Yeah.
So I feel the way I describe it is atmospheric. I my environment around me. I'll feel like heaviness, as in like the whole area will get heavy on me. And the way I describe it, and I describe it in my lives, is the vat of jello, as funny as it sounds. I feel like in this room, like I'm in a vat of jello. And if there's any sort of disturbances, think of how you would feel if you were in the middle of a jello and something flicked the outside of it. You'd feel it. And that's what I feel, you know?
So I think what he's bringing up is he feels vibrations.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's feeling vibrations. So like we were walking down the driveway and he says, I'm not a psychic. I don't have any feeling of this. Like he doesn't believe that he has psychic ability. I believe everyone has a certain level of psychic ability. He may not be acknowledging that he has psychic ability, but I believe he does. And in my reading at the other location, I picked up on him when he was 10 years old. And I think that he's been very much aware of stuff since he's 10 years old. I think he became more aware when he started to travel on the trains when he was much older. But I believe that he does have psychic ability. He may be trying to block it, but now he's forced to confront it. And that's why I feel he has this past life that he's been on a battlefield. Everything is confronting. He's in conflict all the time with the ghosts or the past life combined.
That's the logical person in me. Does not want to admit
But
that.
this room to me though, and it has nothing to do with the chair I'm sitting in. It feels very limited. The ceiling feels like it's coming down on me, and it's not.
You want to switch? Would you be more
No,
comfortable
it
with this
doesn't
one?
matter. It's just like I feel like, I mean, we could stand up and you could see there's plenty of room to stand up in this room, but in me, it feels like it's squeezing us down. So Johnny feels very jello-like he feels kind of cushiony in this. I feel more compression. I feel like the ceiling is coming down on us, kind of in a squeezing manner.
Well, with the whole Jello thing, that's everywhere. As far as here,
Yeah.
no, here I feel, and my followers can attest to this. Here I feel compressed, closed in. I don't want to be here. I stopped streaming down here for a multitude of reasons. That being one of them.
Yeah, the ceiling feels like it's coming down on us.
This place, just to give you, I'm not going to give you a full backstory. But
Yeah, don't give me.
yeah, I'm not going to give you anything. But as far as like, because what I do and whatnot, and I have a whole community that I built on TikTok. This place almost destroyed that community. If I submerge my community in this place too much, they start fighting with each other. And then when we're talking about people all over the world.
And we could tell, but we could tell her this part. This is not going to give anything away, nor should it matter. I think we're not afraid that we're going to
contaminate,
lead you or trick anybody.
Yeah.
But Johnny used to just keep a camera running all the time, 24/7. So it was like a fixed rig. He would just keep it on here in this room. And you could log in and watch it like people watch the Yule log on Christmas. You know what I mean? It would be like, this would just be on. And that used to cause people to have issues.
Yeah. I still do it to a degree. Like I'll leave it on for like 2 hours and then cut it.
Yeah, so maybe we can start doing what we can do here.
Yeah, so you want to start?
Are we doing?
Yeah, so are you feeling?
What you feel? What do you?
Are you feeling anything specifically in this room? Is sort of
Well, the only way.
And then we're gonna try to talk to what you're feeling, if anything.
So the only way I could do it is if I stand up. So
make yourself comfortable.
I'm just gonna
Don't worry about the camera, because remember, this is going to be mostly audio anyway. So it's.
So as long as you can hear me.
Yes.
It's interesting because this space, like I said, sitting down feels like the ceiling is coming down. But I have to say though that in this space, it has something to do with there's like a significant storm in this area. I don't know if it has to do with like a hurricane or whatever, but when I stand up in this room, I feel like there's a lot of activity outside, like trees are falling down. I feel like there's a lot of like hurricane activity, like a lot of like storm activity. I also feel like in this building, the hot spot will be electricity, and it will be people complaining about the electricity, or their TV doesn't work and they have to call Cablevision and get it rebooted. This is a big electrical thing, this building. I also feel that there's a kind of like a weird 1950s feeling. When I was standing outside my car and we were walking, I literally felt like it was the 1950s. I felt like people had baby carriages. There's a 50s connection that's very strong here. I mean, I don't know how old the building is, but I do feel like there's a reference to the 50s. There's also a very strange feeling about some reference to this building that has to do with a school system or like a teacher or something, because I keep wanting to bring up items in a school like Elmer's glue or rulers or having stuff ready for school. There's a very big school feeling with that. And it almost feels, well, I just keep seeing a symbol that I don't like. I see a symbol for a snake or a serpent, and that means like trickery or people that are doing tricks. And it actually feels a little bit like maybe it's affected current people that live in the building. Like maybe people complain about another neighbor or neighbors are fighting or something. But it does feel very serpent-like, where someone will look very friendly or look like they're like sitting there like, oh, that snake is dead, but yet the tongue comes out and bites you. So there's something very much snake-like about that. There's also like a very weird reference that I get, like someone either lived in the building that was part of like the Lions Club or some kind of an organization like the Lions Club or whatever. But there's some kind of a reference to like someone holding a high position or being part of a secret club or like a club in some way. I do feel like there's not just electrical issues in this building, but I do feel like there's a plumbing issue in this building. So there in particular feels like that has to do with the neighbors fighting. So someone may have leaked into another apartment or whatever, but I do feel like it's in the water and the snake are kind of going hand in hand for me. And I don't know what that's about. I do feel like he may feel like, the spirits are attracted to me. He might feel that way. But I feel like other people in the building may also feel like there's spirit activity in this building. So I don't know how many people have vocalized it, but I do feel like maybe even in apartments it could be affected. There's something very much like I don't know why, but I feel a little bomb shelter like. But it does feel like I'm in a bomb shelter or there's some kind of a reference. So either someone went to war in this building or someone came home from war or whatever. But I feel a little like I want to bring up a bomb shelter reference. Someone's Joseph or Josephine, but I keep wanting to bring up this JOS, like Joseph, Josephine. I don't know if it's one of the ghosts or anything, but I just feel like I want to mention that name. And yeah, that secret club. I don't know. It's like I don't know what that is. I don't know if there's like a Masonic temple kind of relation. It's some kind of a secret club or something, or somebody's connected to a secret club. Does any of this make sense to you?
All of it. All of it.
And it's interesting.
The secret club thing is wild. I'll get into that because that's where it gets
So
insane.
it's kind of interesting to me because I feel like there's a spirit that is a I don't know. Texas Rangers, they're a baseball team, And there's this big conversation that I keep hearing about, joking around about who are you rooting for? The Texas Rangers, the Yankees, who are you rooting for? So one of the ghosts is a very big like baseball fan, or very big into like talking about baseball. I keep seeing the Texas Rangers for some reason. I don't know why. But it does feel very connected in that regard. There's also I have to very precisely say that I see like George Washington on a dollar bill. So there's a reference in this room that either you put money out or you thought that somebody took money, but there's a theft of money in this room. And I'm seeing like a George Washington on the dollar bill. So it actually feels like it's a dollar bill, kind of a losing money reference. And there's also like a lot of mockery that goes on with this one ghost that feels very tied to like a historical thing. So I don't know if it has to do with your followers or whatever, but I feel like there's like making fun of like the Nina, the Santa Maria, the Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria, the Nina, the Pinta, whatever that is. What is that like? Plymouth Rock? Like, what is that? Do you know that the Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria? What is that? The three ships or something? Columbus? There's something about mocking or being mocking history. I don't know why I'm doing this. It sounds crazy. Does that make sense to you?
The mocking does,
But it's like
and the location does. You bring it up.
It's like
Mass. I mean, that's
it's mocking like you know, the Plymouth Rock or the three ships or the whatever kind of a thing.
Yeah, he could be right now. He definitely could be.
There's a I don't know if you've talked to the guy named Sam, but there's a Sam or a Samuel.
There is a Samuel.
Yeah, I think
Yes,
there's a connection there.
A big connection. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. And you know, it's weird though, because I'm standing here like facing the camera. They're telling me to turn around. So something's behind me.
Yeah.
No, it's
How's Samuel make you feel?
Samuel, I don't like him. He's the one that's he's telling me there's something in the other room. Someone would you understand teasing you or something, but they're saying like you should give the guy a tie, like a long straight tie. So whatever Samuel's been involved in, he has to make some comments like being a proper dressed man or something. He's kind of mocking you, like, why don't you put a tie on or something? But you have something to do with this room that's next to where we're standing.
Oh, that room completely was a huge part of my life at one point.
Well, he's talking about you being in that room.
Mm-hmm.
And he's talking about you working on wood. And he's showing me like you have a nail and a hammer. You made stuff or you were making furniture or something in that room. But he said he was watching you working on things with tools and hammering and nails and whatever. But he was watching you do all that work in that other room. And he said, you know, you never took a break. You should have had a meal. You forget about eating when you're in this room or something, because he says you didn't get a break. There's another name like Frank or Franklin or some kind of a Frank name, and I don't know why that's coming up. And whatever the water is, it has something to do with this building. But they also said one of them is connected to a river, so they said throw them in the river. Somebody is like a murderer. Somebody threw someone in the river, or someone got rid of somebody and threw them in the river. It's like tossing a body. So I don't know if it's one of those guys. They're here for you. You're the connector. Honestly, if somebody else was here, they may not even see anyone or talk to anybody. That's what I get. You're the connector. I think this goes back to your days on the train. I think that they found you as an attachment going back to the days on the train. And there's some guy that wears a Navy hat. Some guy was like wearing a Navy hat. Navy hats are very different. And this one looks very much like it's not a sailor hat, but it's a Navy hat. I'd have to draw a picture of it, but it's a dark blue hat. And it's a Navy hat. There's also a little bit of a comments on you were here. I don't know. What is this? They're saying you were here on New Year's Eve, and they said there's a significant thing about you being in this room on New Year's Eve. They know it was New Year's Eve. They're showing me like a New Year's Eve hat that says Happy New Year on it, and they want to bring it up. Do you understand that?
I do understand.
Yeah, and they said they were here during that.
That was the let's say the turning of the tide, if you will.
And there's also a reference to, I don't know if this would make sense. When you were a little boy, did you go to see the Statue of Liberty?
No, not as a little boy. Much later.
How old would you have been when you were at the Statue of Liberty?
I believe I was. I mean, I could have gone as a little boy to the old circle line thing, like on a class trip, but I don't remember. But I know the last time
when you were walking around the Statue of Liberty, how long ago?
Oh, I've never. No, I never stepped foot on the Statue of Liberty. I've only been on the.
All right, so let me stop for a second. Gary, have you walked around the Statue of Liberty?
I have not.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yeah. No, don't leave it alone. Keep going, because it could be another spirit here.
I don't know what it is, though. I feel like
whatever you feel, say it. Don't don't hold back. Just if we don't have a connection to it, it might be a connection here. So
I don't know why, but I just feel like I want to walk around the Statue of Liberty like on foot.
Okay.
And I don't know where it goes from there, so I'm going to leave that alone. Yeah, I don't know. It's it's a little bit weird because they're talking about something that happened outside the building. I have to justify this. It was snowing. There was a lot of snow. And there was a problem on the property with two neighbors or two tenants. And it had something to do with clearing of the snow. And there was a big fight.
Mm-hmm.
And is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
They want to.
That was actually a very significant thing that happened here while I was here as super. So
they want to bring that up though, because that goes back to the serpent symbol.
Yep, 100%.
That's right. These people have this. Yeah.
What is it?
I was wondering if you were going to pick up on that. That's actually quite wild.
What is it, John? Tell the story. Can you?
So, should I get into it now? Because if I'm going to get into it, I'm going to get into it.
Well, do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
I stop, then I'm good.
Yeah, keep going before I.
You can bookmark it or something to go back to, maybe.
Yeah, no, I'll remember.
I got it. I got a note.
Yeah.
There's a name I keep seeing, and I keep seeing it on that brick wall over there, and there's nothing written. I see it clairvoyantly. Who's Harry?
I've heard that name, but I'm not sure how much he has to do. If he was just someone that lived here, or I have heard that name down here. I've heard Harry down here.
All right, I don't know what that is. I'm gonna leave that alone. It's I do think that they are around this building. I believe that they're in this building. I believe that their energy, if I can use that word, energy, affects people like the neighbors.
Wow.
Because there's a lot of fighting between the neighbors, or a lot of fighting between the tenants or whatever. But I do feel like that is important. And there's something about I don't know if I could say this. I'm just going to say
No,
it.
say it, please.
There's a triangle in this building. So it's you and two other people. So what is the triangle? It's you against these two people. There's like, I keep seeing a triangle. There's
Yeah.
three people in the triangle.
Yeah, they're not alive, but yeah. Yeah, there is. You could call it a triangle. You could call it an opposition, if you will.
Who's Tim or Timothy?
That's another name I've heard down here, but I'm not sure. I don't know much about them. That's another name I've heard down here.
You know what I keep seeing? I keep seeing a very old reference. You know, jacks. When you were little, you used to throw jacks.
Yep.
They were like little silver things.
Yep, with the ball, and you would bounce the ball and grab as many.
Jacks on the floor.
Yeah.
This building must be old. I don't know how old it is, but I keep seeing that.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, no matter what you see or feel, just spit it out, because everything is definitely. It's not like it's like nonsense.
That
like
the V person. Remember, I got a V at the other location. The V person has been here. There's a V name. Do you know a V name?
No.
Didn't I give you a V before?
No. No, that might be something you're picking up on now. A V or a B?
No, a V.
A V, yeah.
I feel like I want to say like Victor or whatever.
Oh, there is a V. There is a V. It's not Victor.
They're here.
But there is a V.
They're here.
That's another name that's very, very common down here.
This would, I have to say
Hear
this.
something's happened?
Yeah, I heard
Did you
that.
just hear that?
Yeah.
Something's trying to get our attention.
Did you burn yourself in this space? Because they're talking about someone that had a burn, or I needed to treat a burn wound. Who got burned?
You hear that?
Yeah, it sounds like rain.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's something's happened. Someone's going. That's intermittent taps. As far, well, there's a lot of references with burning. I mean, even I burned myself down here.
All right.
But nothing like severe to myself personally. But
did you also have some kind of a connection to someone being from Scotland or Scottish?
Wow. What? That has to make the editing. Okay, make sure that is in. Wow. Keep going. It's not a connection with me. It's a connection with this place.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because I have to go back in time, but there's someone that was like an originator here, and they have big feet, or they make boom, boom, boom when they walk. And
pompous, like, huh?
Big feet, boom, 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 and it's very much like the people are afraid of that person.
Yes, they are.
And it's like someone who's walking around holding like a hand grenade, threatening people, like, I'll just pull the pin any chance I get. Like,
it sounds like.
And it's very much like that. And it's interesting because there's like a real,
Can you picture his face?
Well, I have to tell you what I see.
Yeah.
He has a real life quality to him. So he was a real person at one time.
Oh, yeah.
And he gives me this feeling that he didn't realize what he was doing. He thought he was plugging holes. He was plugging holes. He was making fixes. So instead of fixing it the right way, he would just plug the hole. He didn't do things the right way. And he was just plugging holes. He's very tall, and I guess he has a bit of a high hair, or like a high hair in the front, because it feels like he's either wearing a hat or he has high hair. But I feel like I want to mention the top of his head. And he's a little kind of like a maverick. He gives me a real maverick energy, like he just does whatever he wants.
Are you picturing him younger or older?
I don't know, maybe mid-age.
Okay.
He's not a little boy at all. This is a man that walks boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom
yeah.
with his feet. And
If I showed you an older picture of him, would you be able to look at it and be like, oh, that, you know?
well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's got sideburns. There's some kind of a reference to hair on the face, but I don't know if it's sideburns or not. You know what he looks a little bit like to me? He's got the personality of the guy in the movie Jaws with the guy that was drinking all the time on the boat. Do you remember Jaws?
Yes.
Not
like
Roy
the-
Scheider, the other guy.
Yeah, the
Not
captain.
the captain. Yeah, he's got that personality. Very arrogant.
Oh, yeah, like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I'm
Because
3,000 miles away and I want to run.
there's something to do with somebody was there's that legal feeling again, like somebody was behind bars or someone had a legal problem, but there's definitely like a legal reference. Feels like it could have been connected to him.
Yep.
I also hear like a 6-shooter. That for me, a 6-shooter is like a pistol. I got my 6-shooter. It's like an expression for a pistol. This guy is a pistol. He's a pain in the neck. He talks about things being two ways. His way, he's like, you could do it my way. He says you have two ways, but there's really no two ways. It's his way. You got to do his way. There's two ways, but you're doing it my way. He's very much like that. And he keeps showing me wearing boots. Feel like he's stomping his foot like this. I'm stomping my foot now. There's also another horse reference. I see like someone wants to do a horseshoe or a nailing on a horseshoe on the bottom of a horse foot, whatever that is, a hoof or whatever. And I don't know what that is, but it's a very Greek mythology. Someone's referencing that there's some reference to a Greek mythology. So it's either like a name or it's like a poem or whatever, but there's a Greek mythology reference as well. One of the spirits, and I don't know if you would have this documented somewhere or even would know, was there, they were supposed to get married and then the person said no to them?
That I do not know. But here, it wouldn't surprise me, to be honest with you. But
I don't know what that is, but it feels like a broken engagement or something.
Yeah, there might. With the history of this place, there's a huge possibility.
There's a very big Christmas feeling in this space. I keep seeing trees being dragged in, like we're going to put up a fresh Christmas tree, but I keep seeing the trees being dragged in.
Yeah. That makes sense too.
There's also just one other thing that I see. It's like a Chanel, SHON, Shawnee, SHONNEL, SONNELL, Chanel. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a last name or not.
Yeah, I don't know either.
All right, I think I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm going to show you a picture now.
Oh, the picture.
If you can age this man.
Wait, Johnny. Johnny, show her. Do it like. Do you have multiple pictures of different people to see? You know what I'm saying? Like,
no,
let's see.
I only have the one on my lighter right now.
Okay.
So you don't have to. If you can't tell, you can't tell, because obviously people can look older. You look different when they're older. But if you had to age this person, the person from Scotland that you saw, would
the guy that reminded me of the Jaws guy?
Yes.
Okay.
Would that?
I could barely see. We're sitting in the dark. Yeah, that's him.
That's him?
That's him. I don't know who this guy is, but when I saw him, his hair is darker. His hair was a bit more. I saw him younger than this.
Yeah, he was when he was here. He was younger. I mean, even when he was old, he was here too. He was,
He has.
But there's no younger pictures of him, unfortunately.
Darker hair to me, but his. Yeah, this is the guy with the face. It would be interesting to put his face up against the guy from Jaws.
I'll do that later, and see if the boat captain and see how.
Does Gary know what that lighter looks like?
Oh yeah, you know, yeah, you know.
I've seen it.
Yeah, he's seen it.
I've seen it. All right, all right.
All right, so hold on. Let me say this, because the most prominent thing you spoke about was the serpent.
Okay.
Let's talk about that real quick, and then I'm going to fire up the spirit boxes. Everything you said did have references, or could have, because there's a lot of spirits here. But the spirits here talk about an order of the serpent. And it is a group of men, a secret society, that have done sacrifices.
Oh my God.
Frank is one of those names. When you were talking about the V, Vincent was another one, led by this man.
Oh wow.
And that's why when you were like, the serpent, like deceiving, I'm like, she's bringing up the order of the serpents. You're gonna pick up that like right off the bat, which is wild. The spirits that it's come across on my spirit boxes all the time back in the day, especially when I used to document here hardcore. So that's wild. Edward, his name is Edward. You're gonna hear from him soon, unless he decides to be a piece of shit and not say anything, which is a possibility. He's from Scotland originally. And what's funny is you bring up the whole Jaws and the whole boat captain. In his history, he sailed up and down the Byram and Hudson rivers, basically accumulating his wealth, selling wares and whatnot, and also in the streets of New York City panhandling, and somehow, don't ask me how, ended up raising enough money to start. He's the owner of the. He's one of the co-founders of it. It was with two other guys. He ended up raising. Imagine that way back. Raising $40,000. That's the equivalent of what now? I don't even know. But with inflation, it's a lot.
I wonder if he threw someone in the river.
Oh, probably. When you said
6 shot, remember I said the 6 shot.
Well, yeah. When you said when you were talking about all that, I was like, oh, that's right. When you said Scotland, I was like. He's Scottish, that's what he was originally, and he's originally from Maine. He's originally from that area. When you brought up the whole, the
Cape Cod.
Yeah, and all that, with the Plymouth, and all that. He's originally from there. So that's
that I don't know. Do you remember, Gary, those 3 ships?
Yeah,
the Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria is the ships that Columbus,
Yep.
I was saying it so fast, it was like a mockery of it.
Well, that's what he does. That's all he does.
He does that.
That's all he does is mock everything.
Really?
There is not one thing. So, when you're talking about the dollar bill and the money, that's all this man does is first off, he hates it when I'm live down here and people send me gifts on TikTok because the gifts accumulate to money. He hates it. He loses his shit. You send enough gifts and he just starts firing off, yelling at people, yelling at me. He calls me poor. He tells me to count my pennies. He is just.
But I felt like he had taken money or money.
Well, I could get into that too. Remember you said that connection, the work back there? One thing I did a couple of years back, it seems like ages now, is I used to have an eBay store, but like a high quality eBay store where I had, I'm really good at taking people's garbage and making money off it. So somebody would die and then the family would clean out the house and just throw everything on the curb. I'd be the guy that takes everything, goes through it and sells it on eBay. And I had an eBay store that was clearing over 10 grand a month.
Oh, wow.
And one day I came down here and everything was destroyed.
Oh, wow.
Everything was destroyed. The only things left, other than the scrap gold and silver, because you can't destroy that unless you melt it, that was just scattered. I had about $1,500 and a couple of ounces of weed sitting on my desk right there. It was the only thing that was not touched. The money was spread out because everything got destroyed in here, but the weed was untouched, which made me go, "Holy shit! The spirits did this. One of the spirits did this." Because what human in their right mind would come in, destroy someone's stuff, and not steal money or drugs? I mean, let's be real. If you're coming in breaking in to fuck somebody over, you're gonna take their money and their weed.
Wow.
The worst
Completely
crook in
left
history.
untouched. Everything else destroyed. We're talking, all sorts. I had so much, valuable stuff, like stuff that was going for like thousands of dollars
You
on
must have
eBay.
fixed it with the hammer and nail because he saw you doing the hammer and nail.
Yeah. So one of the things that I would do in there a lot is also refurbish and fix things to get them back and put them
Yeah,
back
because he
on.
said he was watching you doing the
Yep.
hammer
And
and
then
nail.
yep.
I said, "What are you making furniture?"
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
That was
yeah.
so funny.
Oh no, I'd sell furniture too. I'd have furniture. Some stuff was broken, but people
Wow.
still wanted it, so I'd disassemble it and box it up and ship it out. I
Wow.
mean, I had seats from the original Yankee Stadium in there. I had everything in there.
Oh, that's the baseball connection.
Oh, maybe, yeah,
Wow. He
yeah.
said, "What are you doing? The Texas
Ranger,
Rangers
yeah,
or the Yankees?"
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Oh, I've had so much sports memorabilia in there.
Gary,
It's not
that's
even funny.
cool.
But yeah, they destroyed my eBay store. It was actually horrifying because I was making so much money on that, and I still to this day believe that was Edward.
Wow.
Yeah,
They
because
also
I
said
also
that you never skipped a meal, which I'm a little, I don't know where
well,
what are they
I
talking
know,
about?
yeah, well, that's what. Well, but I'm a workaholic, so there will be times when I'll just work and not eat.
Take time.
Yeah, and not take the time to eat until like way later.
Yes. Okay, Johnny, tell me the significance of New Year's Eve. What's that?
That's now I'm going to get into all this with the order of the serpents and all that.
Okay.
The spirits here speak of, and this goes into the whole Greek mythology and whatnot, speak of something called the nexus. Okay, they call it the nexus portal. They say it's an old, and as crazy as it sounds, they say it's an old ancient portal that formed when the earth started rotating, as in it's tied to the earth's magnetic field. And they said it's here. It's actually out in the driveway. According to the spirits, there's a tunnel underneath the driveway, and that goes into the horses. I'll get back into all that after. So this guy Edward and this order were supposedly sacrificing people, especially children, especially ones that were displaced during the Civil War and whatnot, and sacrificing them to this nexus for power, wealth, whatever. I don't know what they were doing, what they believed was going on. But this place was extremely toxic. Even afterwards, even decades afterwards, you talked about the fighting and the way things were. This place was bad. The woman that fell outside, when you talked about the dispute between the two people, that wasn't that with the snow. That wasn't a dispute. There was an old woman here who was a teacher.
Oh, I see.
And you picked up on her name is Barbara. You picked up on Barbara. One of the most pleasant spirits that I have ever spoke to. I knew her in life because she was still living here. She fell outside and cracked her head open. And she survived, but she ended up dying a couple months later. She survived the fall, but she bled in the driveway, and that's what woke everything up here. And that's what made this place go fucking berserk.
Wow.
And it had to do with that instant. So I was surrounded by negativity. When I mean I mean negative. Like everything here was negative. All the spirits almost were like when they were affected by it. It was negative. And then one day I said to myself, what can I do? I have all these people watching me. What can we do to counteract all this negative shit? And I started doing what I call the battle for St. Jude. And it's when me and in my community we get together and we raise money for St. Jude. And it was on New Year's that we started it. It was New Year's where we donated the money. And just that act alone of all of us getting together shifted this place, put the power back in my hands. And I was starting to be able to not be affected about it as much. Let's just put it this way. If this was before that New Year's, these candles would have been thrown at us already. mirrors would have got. These mirrors here that is the second door mirror. That's original to the building, by the way. That's been shattered on live. All right, the spirits have just shattered that. Same thing. That's not an original mirror either. That went up last year. The one I had there was shattered. I'll show you the video too.
Wow.
When we're done, it used to be insane here. Now that we shifted the balance, or as the spirits say, shifted the nexus in our favor, things quieted down. The only thing that remains still vile and violent is Edward, and he comes through constantly, and I guarantee we're going to hear him come through. That's why I
Dude,
said,
let's hear him. Let's do it.
let's do it. And that's why I said at the office, I apologize in advance for anything that he says.
Okay.
Because he's
Let's see if this guy comes through.
Did I give you guys the name Barbara in the other location?
No, not that I remember. But the fact that you went on about the whole school, you're getting the thing of the school and this, that, and the other. I mean, that was.
I remember that name Barbara.
Yeah.
You'll have to see if it's on the tape.
I'll check for sure.
All right, let me get it all fired up. All right, so what we're using, just for clarification, we are using 2 different spirit boxes. We're using Ghost Tube Box and Ghost Tube Original. And I have 2 different.
Make sure they're close so we can all hear them on the recording too. Yep. And Cathy, these will sound, they sound like mechanical, and you'll hear random noises and very random, but every now and again, it's a little too, it's actually going to be not random. It's going to feel very specific and personal. And It's quite something. And maybe it's sort of in tune with how you receive information, that kind of randomness, but then certain things. And we'll see if you feel anything as you hear anything is sort of.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Okay. Hello, spirits. Spirits. How many people are sitting in this? How many people are sitting in this room right now? I need you to speak a little clearer, please.
Am I a ghost?
Yes. Sound like I heard.
The course of
Who's this? Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Cathy, and I'm a professional psychic medium. I came to sit with Johnny in this.
Down there. For each of the and so on.
Edward. Why don't you come through already?
Crane.
No, Cathy's got his number, that's why.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Great.
On a plate.
Edward. Why don't you come through?
Donald Trump is big.
Now, Vox scans through radio.
I said no.
So you'll hear bits of radio
Okay.
that aren't affected by the spirits.
And Lexington.
You
We just heard Donald Trump. That's a very common thing.
dedicate
Everyone thinks that the spirits are talking about politics.
or down.
Edward. I want to speak to you.
I heard someone ask, am I a ghost before?
Yeah, one of the spirits asked. One of the spirits asked if they were a ghost. That's a common thing.
Left on your.
They always ask that.
You ran.
Who's
There's
here?
never been. There's been a.
Did you ever hear the name Angela?
Down here, yeah.
Yeah, I just heard Angela. Not
It's also a thing.
on that thing. I heard it. I heard it.
You heard it, yeah.
It's a pest.
Who's a pest?
That were turned off.
No, we're not turning this off. I want to speak to Edward.
To mine. Levy. Union. Anti wicked.
Another room.
Watching.
We're not going in another room.
Maybe he wants me in another room.
Maybe. Well, I just heard a spirit say leave here, but
Through a wire.
Kathy, does it feel different when you hear these sounds? Does it change the overall vibe of the room?
No, it feels the same to me.
Okay.
Media are at what?
no, we're not leaving here. Why do you want us to leave?
And Kathy, do you pick up the same sort of vibe from a haunting as you would an apparition in the definition of what a haunting is versus an apparition?
I think for me, apparition is actually seeing a ghost, like seeing it in front of you. Haunting to me is more like the imprint of someone having lived their life. Apparition is like I thought I saw a ghost. Like I thought I saw like an apparition is like what I saw was, like saw this
You won't
the
leave.
coffin going down the street and then it's gone, It's
Got
that
it.
kind of a thing.
I don't think it was a.
What's the matter, Edward? Are you scared?
I think there's the. Content.
Does anyone want to talk to me? I'm a new person here. Why don't you tell me what this place is all about?
Ed?
Please listen.
I have been listening. I've been listening to all of you, and I've been talking about all of you. Tell me more.
Somebody just said I was scared.
Fighting.
Yeah, I know you were fighting. I talked about that earlier. What do you want to tell me? Today is Sunday. Do you have anything to say about what happens on a Sunday?
It's long. The 20.
It's bright.
Taken some.
Not for us.
Who pulled the fire alarm? Who pulled the fire alarm?
Story. The days. With all your. Sure.
Not sure. I just said fight again. Spirits, is Edward here?
Is that I'm hopeful.
Down where?
Traveled.
Leave this place.
Absolutely not.
Dude, I would be up and out.
Absolutely not. That's the voice Edward uses.
Full.
I guarantee that's Edward coming through right now telling us. What's the matter, Edward? I also call him Cupcake, by the way.
Cupcake.
Yeah, I gave him a nickname. He doesn't like it very much. Right, Cupcake?
Yeah.
Cathy, what is your feeling on taunting spirits?
I don't agree with taunting spirits. I've just never done it.
Do
I
you know?
always ask them questions. You know, you know, this is their space.
Fight for the necklace.
Fight for the nexus.
Turn it off.
You just hear what that just said? Fight for the nexus. And it just said, it just said turn it off. I agree with you, by the way. I'm not a fan of taunting spirits.
Yeah.
Edward, on the other hand, starts shit with me. So that's why
I always ask them about them or tell them that I'm here. I want to learn from them.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I am not a fan of taunting spirits. I think it's just not something I'm about. I get a lot of shit, by the way. A lot of people in the paranormal community, they're all about taunting spirits,
I
and
don't like it.
I don't like it.
Undecided.
I don't like it either. Spirits, tell us about the nexus. It's interesting they brought up. They said fight for the nexus. Tell us about the nexus.
Also,
What does a chain link fence mean? Does that have something to do with you guys?
that it is.
Nexus. Just said it again.
I suppose. Asylum. Completely off. Got it? It's stuff.
Edward, I think you're a little scared, man.
Wow, that's not
Whoa.
nice.
I want to talk.
Well, talk to us.
Spiders.
We want to talk to you for once. I want to introduce you to my friend Cathy. She has a special gift.
That. Eat.
I remember.
Please try me.
Hello, child.
Who wants to say something to me?
It's been made.
Tell me your name.
Hours now.
What's your name?
Cathy, let me ask you something. Of all the cases, the readings you've done, the places you've visited, what do you think is going on here with John and his ability here to talk to spirits and, and sort of this theory of his that these are spirits are attached, their memories have been dispersed and that's what he's dealing with versus a being on the other side? What would you define what you're feeling and seeing and hearing?
I could just tell you, I'm validating a lot of information that is going on around him. And the information I have is what they're giving to me. So I think it's connected to him. I think if you brought in someone else, they wouldn't be having these experiences.
Hey,
Please try.
I think it's more of like what you would call an attachment.
Edward, be nice.
So you say you think it really is
It's hard
Johnny
to
is
hear
somehow
you because of that radio thing.
No,
Here,
sure.
I'll turn off Vox. I'll leave the other one up and running. Hold on.
So
could be very loud and just.
So yeah,
So what?
I'll wait till he shuts that off.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I
So
feel is that whatever he did in his life, and I think that he has a level of psychic ability. And I feel like that started when he was probably around 10 or 11 years old, may not be aware of it. I do believe that when he started traveling on the trains, it feels more like there was spirit activity around him then. And he may have formed an attachment with spirit that maybe hasn't manifested until he's in a very infested area. And this building might be a very infested area where having a history of an attachment or forming new attachments, like he may, I don't know, you'd probably have to ask somebody that has more experience in the paranormal than me. I can only tell you like how I use my gift, but it's known, to have attachments. People form attachments.
so when you use the word attachments, I mean,
It's
we've
like he's attached to the spirit.
So is it the spirit itself, or is he like, in other words, we've been saying like maybe Johnny is some sort of like, we've been using the phrase tech medium because it seems to be working through the tech somehow even stronger than, like, unlike you who could be in the room and you're getting them directly, he's getting them through the tech, or it's strengthening or heightening it. Is that, I don't know if that's possible, but is he some sort of
Nobody knows.
I mean, well, maybe Cathy knows. Why don't you let me just ask her the question?
He just said nobody knows.
Yeah, but is it like, are you saying like his connection could make him a medium in his own right?
Yeah, I believe in my life that every living person has a level of psychic ability. People may or may not embrace it.
Have you been before?
But I do feel like he has some.
Follow you.
And I feel that they're easy to connect with him because he probably does have medium qualities, but he doesn't use them like I use mine. Or maybe he doesn't believe in doing it the way I do it. So they communicate with him the only way they know how. And he's able to produce results by using these spirit boxes. But
no.
What I found out today.
Why are you here?
I'm here to talk to you. I'm here, thank you, to validate what Johnny's been going through, because I've been able to communicate with all the spirits that are connected to Johnny. And either Johnny's out on another location, these spirits are around Johnny. So Johnny is the magnet. They're magnified, or they're connected to Johnny. He's the magnet to them.
Jesus.
That's what I feel like. So I feel like if you brought in,
Danger.
another person, and they sat in front of the spirit box, maybe there would be activity, but they wouldn't be able to create the story around it the way he's been able to do. It would be random voices. Like when I'm sitting here, I never use equipment. I could barely make out what they're saying half the time. But he's been able to create and identify who these people are. I know you're right here. We're talking about you. So I don't know. I mean, I think me being here is really important because if anything, it validates the life he's been living. And I'm sure Johnny's life doing this can't be easy. I mean, he takes on a level of responsibility. He takes on a level of frustration. He's taking on a lot, communicating with them because, I mean, it's, I guess, a form of entertainment, but, the other side of it is, they're still validating their lives through him.
It could be a lot too. You're 100% correct.
It is a lot. Yeah. That's why the lady in spirit, when I was at the other location, kept sending him hearts, talking about him having love in his life, to balance it out.
It's funny you say that because I'll go to like a dark place like Buckout, and then the next day for like my noon session, I go to this beautiful cemetery that overlooks the Atlantic Ocean in Connecticut. I can't.
There's three.
It is. There is three of them, but this one is the best spot to do it.
No, Johnny. Sorry, hold on. There's three. We talked about this triangle before.
That's right.
Yeah, but that could also be the cemetery I'm talking about has three different levels. One spot.
Oh wow!
Overlooks the headstones and then the Atlantic Ocean. It is the most peaceful place you can go.
Wow.
And like detox yourself.
Yeah.
As you know, as far as like
have we met?
No, not yet. I just came here to meet you. Would you like?
You are
to
the
tell
only
me
person
something?
on Earth. You're the only person on Earth I know who would go to detox at a cemetery. By the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have a very different definition of what it means to detox and relax. I'm more about like, resorts, pools, cocktails.
Yep.
I mean,
me, I roll up a fatty, crack open a monster, and look out at the water.
Oh my God.
Wow. But I do think, Gary, that this having me here validates the spirits that he's been experiencing.
I do too.
Yeah,
I mean, if
without
there's something,
the spirit boxes and all of that, just flat out,
it's good to have a corroborating witness, if you will, sort of, a corroborating witness to sort of who feels the same things that we're hearing.
Yeah. Well, I like that I was able to get so much stuff without any spirit boxes, just coming in flat,
Yeah, no, when you picked up on the whole serpent, I was like, whoa. Like, that's wild. Because that is something that has been spoken about in the past and at great length.
I just find it amazing that certain things were shown to me at the other location. For me, the other location feels very much talking outside the location, but this stuff feels very much tied to this location.
Like more centered.
Yeah. Like they talked about the water. They had a water problem here. They had electrical problem here. They had
all the time.
The snowstorm, the trees, the hurricane. 1950s lady walking outside with baby carriage.
Well, that's it. It's interesting you brought up the 1950s because by the 1950s, this place ended up like truly turning into an apartment building for the high-end
mansion
country club.
Mansion.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And the full history of this place is wild. It was an outpost in the 1700s. Hence, if you look behind you, you'll see the brick work and the fieldstone. It was an outpost in the 1700s, decimated by the British once George Washington lost. We were talking about that at the other place and, had to retreat back to Jersey. Edward came here in the mid 1850s and built his Victorian home on the foundation of the outpost. And then he died. You wouldn't even guess how old he was. He died in 1906. This corrupt asshole died at 96 years old. Okay, 1906. And then this place just fell into different people's hands. It ended up becoming they had everything from weddings to funerals to political things to all sorts of events. And then the Spanish flu hit, and it became a temporary hospital for the Spanish flu. When you were bringing up burning and all that, there were actual bodies. The incinerator is still down the hall, where they actually threw bodies in there to stop the spread of the Spanish flu.
Oh, wow.
Then it became an actual hospital, where like an accredited hospital, and it was an experimental hospital. There were surgeries here that some people, were like, what the hell? Like they talk about like digging up bodies and doing studies and all that. That stuff happened here as well. And then by the late 40s, it ended up becoming fully into an apartment building.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it's been an apartment building ever since.
Wow.
So the history here is in depth. There is a lot. There is a lot. And this place has seen so many people, so many faces. It had a lot of death.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but the whole serpent thing, that's the most wild.
Don't leave me.
Oh, I'm leaving soon.
Oh my gosh.
But that was the.
It's crazy, right? Like how clear and like.
It is very clear. I know.
Well, that's the one. That's the one type because there's different types of spirit boxes. So that's one type. That the only problem with this one is it's limited. It only has certain words in the word bank, and what happens is that the frequency, the vibrations, affect the magnometer in the phone, which then interprets what to say. If it doesn't have the words it's trying to say, it kicks out generic stuff. The elevator. So that's you know, I mean, I like it. Don't get me wrong. Now the other one, Vox, it's more free. They can manipulate it more, but you do get a lot of generic music and political stuff and whatnot. So it can confuse people. That's the one I turned off because it was just constant.
Yeah.
Louder.
Yeah, it was loud. So, but yeah, this place has a lot of history, and I believe that you were tapping into.
Someone's at the front door, Gary.
So that was actually the turning point for me. Not documenting down here was my daughter.
Give it back.
My wife came down here with my daughter one time. I was live.
I thought I gave him the name Margaret before when we were at that other location. Didn't I?
You did say an but Marjorie, I think.
No, I think.
Was it Margaret?
Go back and listen to the.
I'll have to look. I was.
Yeah, let me know.
Stop recording.
No, we're not going to stop recording. So she came down here, and all of a sudden,
Give it back.
Edward started talking to her.
Oh.
And you know, it was really creepy, and I was like, I'm done.
Wow.
I was like, I'm done with this place. I did it for 3 years. I documented it. I got all the information I'm going to get. I was like, I don't want something that vile speaking to my daughter.
What was he saying?
He was like, hello, little girl. How are you?
Oh, wow.
What are you doing? You know, it was the tone. Everything was just so creepy.
Wow.
It was like,
Not.
yes, you were. Don't even, Edward.
Yes.
See, even that spirit's saying it.
Was it using this apparatus or the other one?
It was using this.
Oh.
Well, it was both. But it was mainly using this apparatus now.
Wow.
And even, I mean, right there, even another spirit was like, yes, that happened. He's saying no. And the other spirit's like, yes.
Wow.
Because the other spirits here don't like Edward either. I mean, obviously.
So, Edward, why did you do that?
Yeah, Edward, we're not on TikTok. We could fully talk about that right now.
Why don't you talk to me now?
Don't be shy about it. You're proud about the things you've done.
Am I a ghost?
I don't know, are you?
Is he being extremely quiet because I'm here? Mm-hmm. Really?
Mm-hmm. Well, and I also have another theory too, because it's not just you. Like, if like I have somebody with me, and I believe this has to do with my magnetic field, they don't talk as much. It's the weirdest thing. Like, if I can have another random person there who has nothing to do with anything, they'll still clamp down. They'll talk a little bit, but not as much as normally if I'm just sitting here by myself. And I think that has something to do with my magnetic fields.
What does that mean, your magnetic fields?
So you know how people talk about, oh, your energy. The only energy we really do scientifically is our magnetic field. We permeate a magnetic field
Rest in peace.
4 to 7 feet away from our body, and that has to do with the active current of our heart. Our heart pumps. As our heart pumps, it creates the magnetic field. So when people are like, oh, your energy, the only energy you really have is your magnetic field. Now, scientifically, I believe in gifts such as yourself, and your gift has to do with your magnetic field. So I
want you to go.
So we understand that. We're not going to be here too long, Spirit. So the way someone like me, because I look at this from a scientific lens and a logical lens, is that your magnetic field is different. Your magnetic field is different than a lot of people out there. and you use that to channel your gift. And you get all these, I don't want to call them downloads, but you see and hear all these things because of your magnetic field.
Yeah.
It's different. And anybody that does have these gifts. Now, it's funny something you said about how everybody is like this, but people just choose to ignore it or they don't work on it. I believe that as well. I believe as human beings, we can all use our magnetic field to do these things. We do it on a small level and nobody realizes it when we yawn. They say yawns are contagious. Science tries to say that's a mirror neuron reaction.
Susan.
There's no such thing. Who's Susan? There's no such thing. That's literally
30.
us using our magnetic field, because when we yawn and we do that, we affect our magnetic field to affect the person next to us. And that's why, that's why people yawn. If I yawn, you'll yawn, or you can fight it, but most people yawn when somebody else yawns.
He's not wrong, Cathy, at all. But people do give off a certain magnetic field, and that's why like electronic equipment studying this stuff is very difficult to do because everybody's is slightly different, and some are more heightened than others.
Yep.
But it's
that's the other odd thing too. So look, listen.
Why did you come?
We came to talk to you.
Why did you come?
Yeah, we came to talk to you. But listen, it's funny, I got bit by a tick. I had a tick a couple of weeks ago. And I didn't know this. I'm extremely allergic to tick bites. I had no idea. So I had to go to the doctor because I just wasn't feeling right. And I pulled the tick out myself. It wasn't in there long. It didn't have to be in there long. I just had an allergic reaction to it. I still have the wound on my stomach.
Have you been before?
And it's healing horribly, and that's because I'm allergic to it. And anyway, I go and I get my blood pressure taken. Now, I smoke cigarettes. I drink energy drinks. I do eat healthy, but I eat a lot.
You're a picture of health.
Okay, I am not a picture of health. I am like horribly unhealthy. I go get my blood pressure done. Fucking get it. The reading comes back. They took it twice. They could not believe how good my blood pressure was for someone my size and my history, and having an allergic reaction to this tick and the way I was. Wow. They couldn't believe it. And I was like, and I joked around. I was like, I got a strong magnetic field because it permeates from my heart. Yeah. And it's wild. Like, it makes no sense. So there are things that make no sense. When I should have horrible blood pressure. My blood pressure should be through the roof, and it's not. Wild. But anyway, that's what I believe. And so when I'm with people, this gets nulled down a little bit because of other magnetic fields in the room.
Yeah, I think one of the important points, Gary, is that since he's alone a lot doing this, and they're communicating a lot when he's alone, to bring me in without the boxes to validate that's to me like the best, because he really has experienced this. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
I don't know how to explain it.
No, that's the best way to explain it. The fact that we didn't have anything up and running. Listen, she knows nothing. She knew nothing about this place. She literally knew nothing. Like I can't tell you. Like, she knew there was nothing was planned. Nothing was. I didn't give her anything that for her to lead on and go on. No, she came in here. The fact that she brought up Edward, brought up the fact that he was Scottish. The fact that she brought up the serpent. I mean, my followers that have been watching me for years now, when they go and they actually watch this, they're going to be like, holy shit, how does she pick up on the serpents?
Who was that?
It not only validates everything that I've been dealing with, but, your abilities as well. Yeah. And again, I'm going to say, and I said this to you before, I think that most people that claim to be mediums, psychics, and have gifts are full of shit. I don't think they're the real deal. You, however, have proven yourself a lot, and I appreciate you coming and doing this for us and for this podcast.
Believe me, not like you had to prove anything to the two of us. We're nobodies, but it's like,
but
it really was.
I appreciate you taking
it was
time
really just
doing this.
I've been blown away by it. It certainly makes me question a great many things. And I'm very glad I'm not in that room. I don't know if I could be in that room.
But you will be soon.
I will come down there and do it. Yeah, man. I don't listen again. Thank you, Cathy. I appreciate it. I don't think we want to keep you for too much. Keep you too much longer here. I think we've got everything we need to get.
Why are you here?
Oh, he keeps asking why you're here.
I know. He wants to know why I'm here.
Yeah. I don't know why. Are you scared? Did she scare you, Edward?
Confused.
Spirit's confused. What's the matter? A strong, powerful woman scares you, Edward?
Run now.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Run now.
Run.
Oh, really? Okay.
Wow.
I guess you figured out who I was. Do they know I'm a witch?
You know what's funny? I was going to ask you about that because the first thing I heard when I fired up Vox was, why is there a witch here?
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, I am. Yeah.
Like,
maybe that's why they're being quiet.
Like, when I get up, when you go back and you watch this and you edit it, listen.
I want to.
Not you, Edward. Listen, Gary, when I get up to turn on the spirit boxes, the first thing you're going to hear, and it's probably going to be light because I don't know if I had the speaker hooked up to it yet.
Candle.
But you'll probably hear something about a witch.
Witch.
Usually when they bring up candles, that means, well, it's like I'm flying. As we all watch the back. I can't tell you how many times I've knocked candles off this.
Oh, wow.
I've got videos on YouTube where, like, it's just like, boom, 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 boom.
Are you going to move a candle for us?
Why are you here?
Well, I'm here to talk to Johnny, and I think it's a perfect timing because the last couple of days we had a full moon, and there's a lot of power with a full moon, so I figured it was a perfect time to talk with you.
That reminds me, I've got a case of water on the roof. I put a case.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's good.
I got a whole case of water up on the
moon water. Yeah.
Water.
Yeah, I can actually. I don't know how many sessions we're gonna have, but we can actually do like a love spell in this room. And
I told him.
What? What'd you tell him? And who'd you tell? Oh, we could definitely plan something, like, and what's called. I'd love to have you on TikTok.
You make rose water from real roses, and you put them in containers, and you leave them in here for 7 days. It should equal out the room.
The room?
Yeah. Why are you whispering?
You're like, what is happening?
Why? Because I'm telling him how to fix the room with a spell.
I would love to have you join me on TikTok for a session one of these days.
Cool. Yeah.
Whenever you're,
sure.
available, we'll link up and who's a fool, Edward? Really? Every time, see, isn't it amazing how every time we start talking, he starts chiming in? He's also an attention whore.
Oh,
I've realized that too, big time.
Wow.
But yeah, I'd love to have you on one of my sessions on TikTok.
God. And then you can tell him about my Instagram.
Yeah. Why don't you plug that again real quick for us?
Cathy, Cathy, I'm gonna plug all your Instagram stuff when this thing launches. Don't worry, I'll do that. Okay. I'll do that we don't need to do that live. I'll add it on at the beginning and at the end of the recording.
Run now.
They keep wanting me to leave.
Yeah. Well, she's gonna leave when she's ready.
They know you're wrapping it up, so they're like, get her out of here. Did you hear a name Sal down here?
So, it's funny because there is a Sal, there's a Dominic, a Sal, and a Brian, and they're all related and they all have to do with this place. But yeah,
I'm not sure.
Oh, I'm sure. After your time, Edward, it was a tenant that was.
Come inside.
Yeah, it was. This place has seen a lot of tenants, but it was one of the tenants that.
Sal is so clear to me.
Yeah. Definitely.
Did you know Sal?
No. Yeah, and what's crazy, the only reason why I know that these people ever even existed, other than the spirits, is that some of their names are still on the doors by the doorbells.
Oh,
and
yeah.
sometimes they still get mail.
Oh, wow.
You know, like the
Yeah,
dead still
sure,
get mail.
yeah.
Like, yeah, like
That's
all of a sudden,
yeah.
a piece of mail will come in and it'll just be left on the box, and I'm like,
Wow.
Are you scared?
who's this?
No, I'm not actually. I'm not scared of you.
I am.
Not-
I am scared. Yes. The answer is yes. I am absolutely scared. 100%.
Psychic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yay. You know who I am. Thank you.
And it's well, that's one thing, and you probably agree. The last thing you want to do is have fear while you do this.
Oh, I don't have fear.
You can't have
because
fear.
I'm always protected.
Yeah,
So-
fear will feed.
So what else do you know about me? Tell me other things I've done in my life if you know I'm a psychic.
Let's speed things up real quick.
It's a little quiet now.
Yeah. Go ahead, Edward. Talk.
Flight.
You can speak.
When you were talking about that cemetery in Connecticut,
Yeah.
I don't know it, but is there like a what do you call that tree? A weeping willow? Where is the weeping willow that you've been around? Because I keep seeing this weeping willow. Do you know a weeping willow tree?
Yep. I know.
Why am I here?
Where is that tree to you?
The only weeping willow tree that has any significance to me is in a park that's in the neighborhood. Yeah.
Why do you go to that park?
The only time I go to that park for any of this is there's an old pre-Revolutionary War cottage on the property.
Oh.
And I've also tried to get into the Girl Scout house too, but because the Girl Scout house is
Explain
haunted.
yourself. Don't just say you're trying to get into the Girl Scout house on camera. Like, you have to explain why.
The Girl Scout house on the park property is haunted as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Real.
Let's be clear.
Yeah. So
Where's a Girl Scout house?
it's a park called Lions Park.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And what's funny is that it's and now it's really funny that you said over that cemetery in Connecticut first, because the people that owned that property that park is on, their family is buried at that cemetery.
Oh my God, that's incredible! Oh my God,
And they're buried at that cemetery.
that is really cool.
Yeah. And what's funny is that's like kind of like a private cemetery, so like and it's in the middle of a neighborhood. So like all the people there, and it's in the middle of a rich neighborhood.
Wow.
So all the people there, when I'm there, are like, you're not supposed to be here, you know. And I turn around and I say, hey, do you
It's
know?
cold.
I said, do you know where these people lived? And they're like, yeah, they lived in Portchester. I said, well, Portchester's my history, so I'm here for them.
Wow.
And they're like, okay, fine, you know.
That's
So,
incredible.
yeah.
That is really incredible that I went from.
Look for the nexus.
Ooh,
Ooh.
did you hear that one?
Oh my
I
gosh.
heard Nexus.
Yeah, they just said blood for the nexus.
Wow.
That's
But I find that really interesting that I got all that connection from the weeping
Yeah.
willow tree.
Yep.
Wow, that's incredible.
It's warm.
It's warm.
That's amazing.
Yeah. But see, that's the spirit chatter I'm talking about that you'll get here randomly. They'll talk about the nexus and blood for the nexus and
Wow.
things like that. Almost like, I don't know if they're asking for it, and it's just
Leaving.
I don't blame you, spirit. And it's something asking for it, or if it's like they're just saying, hey, this is what happens.
Yeah, but if we go back to the Connecticut cemetery, who would be connected to that cemetery? Like, why do you go to that cemetery? Like,
Oh, I go there to, like, that goes back to
Spirit.
like a detox thing. Like if I
do you
saturate,
just go there because it's a pretty place?
it's a pretty. I go
You
live
don't
there.
have a connection to spirit there.
Well, I've spoken to spirits there, of course.
Oh.
Plenty of spirits. There's the two lions I've spoken to that we were just talking about. There's two of them. They're both Revolutionary War.
Slam.
I've spoken to a Susan Ann there. I've spoken to an Elizabeth
Oh,
there.
right. Okay.
So
And
and
True.
yeah, so I'm yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make the connection between the Girl Scout house family And the
Well, the
Connecticut.
Girl Scout house came later.
Need.
That was built on the property later. The house where I stream from now when I go is the pre-Revolutionary War home. That's also, the park is big, so it's on one end of the property and then the other end. But it's funny, sitting where I sit,
Portrait.
if I just turn my head and look directly all the way down, is the spot where there used to be a weeping willow. The weeping willow unfortunately fell over.
Oh, wow.
But it's funny when I go there and I look in that direction, I go, oh yeah, that's where the weeping willow was.
Wow.
So it's pretty interesting. Very, very interesting. What's also really interesting is that was not Edward that sent blood for the Nexus. That was a
John is an asshole.
You know what, Edward? See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? This is why? Because I said that wasn't you that said that. This is what I deal with him. And that's the thing. He comes off funny. He comes off cunning. He comes off all these things. But in reality, he was a really bad guy. You know?
So why did you just say that? Why did you call John that name? You know why you did it. Why don't you tell us?
No explanation?
Do you know?
Well, that's why we're asking.
Yeah, well, John.
Disgusting.
Oh, he is disgusting. Yeah. That is very true, Spirit. What's your name, Spirit?
Grave.
Spirit that just said disgusting. What is your name?
He has like a British accent.
Why is he here?
Why is
Gary?
Me?
Yeah. Maybe.
Gary's on the team.
Agreed.
Well, because what's interesting?
Agreed.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, so they know about you, Gary.
So what's interesting?
Great.
Is I've come across two spirits who have acknowledged what's going on as far as technology.
Oh, wow.
Like usually Edward will talk to the people on YouTube and TikTok and, tell them, talk nasty shit, but acknowledges that they're on YouTube and acknowledges they're on TikTok. And then there's another spirit at another burial ground in Rye named Anne. And she talks to the people directly. So I have this whole thing, we call ourselves the Meow Club. If you subscribe to me on TikTok, you join the Meow Club. And she says, hello, Meow Club.
Oh, wow.
Like she addresses them. Those are the only two spirits that have ever done that. Edward and her. Which is one.
Jacket.
So
you want me to get my jacket on? You're telling me to leave
Have
again?
you been before?
Have we been where before? Here? This is her first time here.
Edward, I'm going to plan with Johnny on how to kill you. That's going to be one of our next things, is we're going to kill Edward.
We're going to dissipate a spirit.
We're going to dissipate that spirit. We're going to test that theory.
There's theories that you can dismantle a spirit using magnets. And we're going to test that out if it's possible. Now, I personally don't think you can. I think you can remove a spirit from theoretical spirit particles if they exist. It'll end up reforming again. It'll end up coming right back. But for the time being, you can separate it. I don't know if we can fully kill it as like a second death type thing. But we're going to see what it does. We're going to see if it's possible. My theory on it is that it's just going to dissipate the spirit for a bit. I think it's going to end up coming right back.
Yeah.
Because it's just...
It's an imprint.
Yeah.
She just said protect.
Yeah, protect.
Yeah.
While we're talking about it,
Yeah.
So it's just something we're going to play with and see if it's possible, and I'd like to do it with Edward. Now, going into my whole theory about memories and how these, what we're communicating with is memories, in earlier episodes of this, we've spoken to a child version of this very same spirit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. In another location. For some odd reason, the child version of him shows up where he's been.
Leave me alone.
And we don't know why, and I have no idea why. I have a theory on it, but it's just a theory. I have no proof.
Inside.
But this whole podcast basically revolves around that. So we're gonna try to figure that out.
So should I go to a grave with you?
I mean, would you like to?
Gary, is that what we should do? Go to a grave?
First of all, I love the fact that you're so game for all of this, right? It's crazy. Yeah, we can figure that. We'll figure that out. How we want to play it. You know what I mean? And see what's the next few steps are.
Okay.
In this whole thing, but yeah, I mean, if you want to keep participating, I would love it. I mean, it's fun.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, I'm down.
All right, good.
Leave me alone.
Right? Why are you still there? Why are you guys still in that room?
I don't know.
Stroke.
Stroke.
I just like certain things that are like oddities, but also come up as evidential.
Mm-hmm.
Like for the fact that he said that he watches him in that other room and that he was working with hammer and nails. Like that to me is
What
evidential.
should I do?
That he actually, spirit actually was like watching him,
Right.
and I find that's why I find this all very interesting, because he actually brought that through, that he was actually watching him. So that to me in itself has a really different creep level. It's one thing to think that spirit's around, but the fact that he says that he was watching him working, that's like really creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. Definitely.
That's creepy.
And just to be clear, it's all creepy.
It is all creepy. I know. But that's
it's next level creepy.
There's different levels of creep, right?
There's different levels of creepiness. And once you've done this for so long, it just doesn't seem like it anymore. Like you'll hear
There's
things.
different levels of it.
Yeah,
Over here.
you just get so used to it.
Well, I was holding that noose, like, you gave me like.
Yeah, I gave you. Yeah, well, that's why I said to you, hey, if you got to throw this thing away, throw it. A second.
I was fine with it.
Yeah.
I have. There's only a couple of times in my life that I came across something where literally I felt it was a very. I won't talk about it, but it was a very evil situation. And I literally felt the energy from the ground travel up my legs to my stomach.
Oh,
and
wow.
It was like, boom. I was like, this is no good.
Yeah.
Like, I am not going further with that.
Yeah. It reminds me of that story about that doll that they found in the Adirondacks, I think it was. Supposedly they found like a voodoo doll in a cave.
Oh,
and they took it, and it was in like a museum with a bunch of other haunted objects, but it kept getting like people sick, and they ended up having to take it back to where they found it, and they dismantled it and took it apart. It was like there was a whole special on
wow.
it.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
And I'm like, I would have take the doll. I would have taken it.
But it's very interesting, that we talk about in living life. You've probably met some people that you thought, oh, I'm glad I am never going to see you.
Yes,
again,
100%.
And it's that feeling that you say, like, okay, you're a bad dude. It's like you see.
Oh, I could tell somebody. Oh, yeah.
In CVS, and there could be a bad dude in front of you or behind you, and you're like, oh my God, I can't wait to get away from this person. Like, and they could be the best person in the world, but what they kind of elude from their body is this energy that it's like, wow, I don't want to be in your space.
Nice, yeah. I can usually, most of the time, if someone's eluding that energy, they're.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shit.
What the hell is that?
Something just through the pamphlet. I have the pamphlets.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
It's up there.
Yeah, it looks. There was a couple of them up there. That got caught. That got caught on the recording.
I do have it on the recording.
The pamphlet.
Did you see that?
I sure did.
Yeah.
What the
And I'll be rewinding that and seeing what that was.
Yeah. I can usually, most of the time, if someone's eluding that energy,
I'll zoom in on the planchet that falls for you.
They're
Oh, wow. Wow, that is crazy.
how wild is that? That this is what happens.
So is that thing connected to that thing?
Grandmother.
You see
No.
the white thing up there?
So that's one of the pamphlets that's been up there for years.
But,
That one was also up there too, but they weren't touching.
wow, that is crazy.
Yeah,
But we're talking about someone being a bad dude.
and then
And who's the bad dude? The guy I was talking about before.
He just said
Oh, yeah.
grandmother.
yeah, it just said grandmother too.
Gary, you broke too.
Gary, what?
Yo, Edward, I don't give a shit if you talk about me. Do not speak about my fucking family.
Gary, you what?
He called you broke. He said, Gary, you're broke.
That's untrue. That's not true.
Uncle.
Oh, wow, he knows you're the uncle. Oh,
Johnny,
God.
Johnny,
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
who did we tell him I was?
that's right.
Organ.
That's right. To test our theory, I said you were my. So we told the little version of him that he was my brother,
Oh, wow.
not my uncle, because we wanted to see if they were connected, if the little version of him and the big version of him could connect in any way, shape, or form.
Wow. And they can't.
And they can't. That's according to my theory.
I'm not sure.
That's fucking nuts.
I'm not sure the little version is really him.
See, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Might not be.
Yeah.
That's the only
See, she
issue.
said stop. She
Yeah.
wants us to stop theorizing
Yeah,
over here.
yeah.
We did not tell
Now let's
him.
pick it up in here a little bit.
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
We did not tell. We did not tell him I was your uncle. We told him I was your brother.
Yeah. But we told the little version.
The little
right?
one. The
Yeah.
younger version.
Yeah. And he knew. He straight up was like, nope.
Fuck this.
Wild, bro. Wild.
Wow.
Oh man, Edward. He's such a piece of garbage too. It's not even
Well,
fun.
that's amazing.
Yeah. That is wild. So wild.
Someone keeps like whispering out of that thing.
Yeah, they whisper.
It's like,
So Ghost Tube's interesting. It has a dynamic setting, and I love the dynamic setting because basically the theory behind it is that it will correspond with the exact spirit that's speaking. So let's say, for example, that spirit that just said protect.
Yeah.
Let's say that spirit's name is Sally. Every time Sally speaks about protection, if it is her, she'll come through on that voice. The same way Edward always comes through on that deep voice.
oh, wow.
It's called a dynamic setting, and it really it's other than it only having a couple of words that it could say, it really validates, especially what I do, because people are always like, "Oh, spirit boxes are bullshit." It's like, okay, well, explain why that one spirit is always coming through saying these things, calling me an asshole, calling him broke, like.
Wow. Well, they haven't said anything about me other than me being psychic.
Yeah.
Isn't that? What do you mean? Other than you being psychic, it sort of knew you were. To me, that's a huge thing. It's like they know you're a psychic. That's not to me. That's not random.
I told
You don't
them
just-
that in the beginning, though.
But even more of a reason, though,
That's
right? Like
true,
it's
that's true,
it's like
that's
it's
true.
it's not like they said, oh, you're a baker. They like called you what you were.
That's true, yeah. I was curious to see how.
Please come back.
Oh, wow. You want me to come back? Why do you like me now?
Okay.
Sacrifice.
Oh, yo,
that
Edward.
is not cool.
Edward, you are not going to sacrifice her. All right, your time of sacrificing is over with, my friend.
Wow.
That is done with. You're done with all that. Now you get to sit here while I make money on TikTok and it pisses you off.
He thinks he's so powerful.
He does. He
That's
does.
amazing.
He's a very pompous. Well, I think he comes through the strongest because of his sacrifices.
Satan.
Because of Satan, sure. I think that's what I think the deal is.
Knife.
Wow.
That's why he comes. And there are some other spirits that will, like Barbara, will come through every now and then.
What do I do?
Spirits, you can do whatever you want as long as it's not bad. Wow, that's wild. I honestly didn't think something was going to get thrown in here today. So that was pretty cool that happened.
Wow.
You know?
We also have a very different definition of what cool is.
yeah, I guess we do.
I don't know. These are not things to me that are cool. Yeah. These are things that make me want to run and hide. And it's like,
so remember when you were talking about Christmas?
Yeah.
And dragging Christmas trees and whatnot. Yeah. So when I used to stream in here hardcore, one big thing I would do around Christmas time is I'd drag in the Christmas trees. One would be set up over here.
Wow.
One would be, I'd deck this whole place out for Christmas. Edward would hate
Gary, you broke too.
Yeah, he thinks, yo, Edward, why do you think Gary's broke?
Look, I'm not really working right now. It's not like, technically, I guess I'm not, rolling in the cash, but
yeah, we don't have your type. We don't have your type of money. We don't have money, But anyway, and he would hate the Christmas decorations. One time he knocked over a surgeon and tried to light one of the trees on fire.
Oh, wow.
And he said it.
So he just said surgeon.
Yeah. Well, that could also be
19.
He could be talking about or talking to one of the hospital spirits.
Oh, wow.
Real.
Just sometimes we get that too. I'll get spirits that'll come through and be like, oh, I was sick. I had a fever, things like that. Wow. And they're just, referencing the horses. What's really cool when you brought up the horses here is that tunnel that goes under the ground, under the driveway, that they claim that's where the nexus is. That was originally a tunnel burrowed for the outpost. And then by the time Edward took this place over, he turned it into a tunnel for the horses and carriages. And that garage that we walked past, that used to be the barn.
Oh, wow.
And the reason why it dips down and goes low is because the grade was a lot lower back then.
Oh, wow.
Portrait.
So when they talk about
amazing.
Yeah, you picked up on the horses and all that. Wow. And it's like, in fact, I've had guests here that have nothing to do with paranormal that have heard horses out there.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible.
Yep. So this was fun.
The thing with the thing I have to say, when that thing fell, we were not talking. I find this is actually a good experiment, but we were talking about energy.
Yeah.
And I was telling you about something that had happened to me. And we were saying, there's a bad dude on the line at CBS. And we ignored that.
Mm-hmm.
We were just having our own conversation.
Yeah.
And they wanted us to remember, hey, we're here.
And that's the way it always goes.
That's amazing.
And it's wild. And it's funny. It's funny you bring that up because on TikTok, what I am known for more than anything is ignoring spirits. I am very well known in the paranormal community where I'll completely stop talking to the spirits and just talk to my community. And then things will start happening and popping off. And
they're here.
It's like, oh, yeah, they're here. They're here. But I'm not paying attention to them. Like, almost like, fuck them. I'm going to pay attention to my community right now.
Well, the timing of it was amazing because we were just having this, on the line in CBS, and then that thing went off.
Yeah.
Wow, it's crazy.
Very crazy. Very crazy. And so,
where are we?
An example, a buddy of mine, I'm not going to get into his full history, but you'll understand that this will resonate with you more than anything. He's special forces, and he's seen a lot. Scarred up. Like he's seen a lot and had to do a lot. He was sitting right where you are, and we're live, okay? And all of a sudden, now this is a man who has seen everything. All the color drains from his body, like he saw a ghost, and his eyes are locked that way. And I look at him and I'm like, you see a spirit right now, don't you? And he just goes and grabs my hand and goes, it's a child. And I said, yeah, I know. Just like that. And it was the most wild thing. And then again, this is special forces. This guy has done it all, has seen it all. Missions that can't even be spoke about, the deal. And he saw that and it just completely No, we definitely don't want to play.
Did you hear that? Wow.
Blew his mind.
Wow.
And I'll never forget the look on his face. Again, I'm going to say it again, Special Forces, this guy has seen so much, so much. and it just completely, took him aback where he was.
Bro, I feel like I've seen too much. Just on this video conference, I feel like I have seen too much.
So imagine that. And this guy's actually one of my mods. He's coming in December for my birthday. He lives in Philadelphia now.
Oh, wow.
So he's coming up, and he's driving up, and he's going to hang out with me for my birthday.
Nexus, nexus, nexus.
Nexus. We're speaking about the Nexus. Isn't that wild?
She repeated it 3 times. 3.
What do I do?
Did you hear that, Gary?
I heard it. I've been hearing it. I can't
Wow.
unhear it, Kathy. I cannot unhear it.
Saying there's a triangle. There's a triangle 3.
So it's funny. Let's go dive into the triangle. There are 3 major human players here, like past humans that were here. One was Nathaniel, one was Edward, and one is Maya. And those are that's like the opposition. All 3 of them hate each other. They're all from different time periods, and they all try to affect the Nexus in some way.
Oh, wow.
They all wanted it
in
for
the
themselves.
other location, I said 2 of them come together, one of them
Right.
comes by himself.
Right. So
who do you think the 2 come together?
well, when you were talking about the other location and all that,
Oh,
I think you were talking about Peter and Walter,
hard.
because there's a
Where are
couple. They're from the factory.
Ah.
Those are factory spirits. Peter, Walter, and who's the and Joe.
Oh, wow.
We're the 3, and usually Walter and Peter, when I'm doing sessions, they will come through closer together than say Joe will.
Oh, wow. So do you do the sessions on TikTok at the other location?
Yeah, well, all locations. So I used to do them here. I did them here for years.
Yeah.
And then I stopped doing them because it's not, a very healthy place, and to do it. And I go to Buckout. I do it at the factory. I do it at cemeteries.
Oh, wow.
So yeah. So I'm like all over on TikTok.
Good. So we'll have to figure out where we're going next.
Yeah. Well, on TikTok,
it's-
like separate for this on TikTok, I'd love to have you join me for a session.
Sure,
I
yeah.
think that'd be phenomenal.
All right,
Yeah,
good.
you could promote the Instagram on there.
And any of your, he'll promote any of your books, anything you want to do.
Yeah, anything. So.
All right, good.
All right.
So I think that would be great.
All right.
I think Gary's done. I think
we're done. Hey,
Johnny.
Johnny, why not? If you want to, Cathy, again, thank you so much. If you want to walk her out, and can you come back down and do just a couple minutes? We'll have a little postmortem here, but just you and I.
Yeah.
I told
All right.
him.
Yeah, you want me to leave it running?
I'm not going to be
hold
here.
on. I want to show Cathy something on my phone. So can we
Okay.
just restart it?
Yeah, we'll start it when you come back. Cathy, drive safely home. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah.
I hope you had fun. Where do we even start, my man? Like that was
cool.
That was cool and wild and all right. I mean, where does this put us? All right, let's start. Let's try to figure out where to start.
First, she's
tell me what
cool.
Tell me what you felt now that she's not here. Hold on, stop.
Yeah.
Now that she's not here, tell me about how you really felt about the reading.
So I personally feel she was at the office. She was picking up all the spirits at the office. I don't think that any of the spirits that she was picking up on had anything to do with me. For the most part, anyway. All right. Mostly the names she was dropping, it all had to do with the 1900s factory. And then when she was down here, I mean,
Steven.
like, come on, of all the countries you're gonna pick Scotland. Like, she nailed Edward. Like she nailed that.
Right? Dude, when she did my reading, there was a lot of stuff too that I told you this already. Like I wasn't sure.
Yo, hold on.
Get specific.
I gotta put this on my wireless. I realize I'm not on the wireless. Give me 1 second.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah, I jumped off when I left. I disconnected from the wireless and hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay.
No worries.
Now I should be
disrespectful.
Now I should be relieved. Because I was getting buffering and I was getting all sorts of things popping up.
Okay. It's still good. We're still good. She was saying a lot of stuff that was, I didn't get, or I didn't understand. But when she was specific, it was oddly specific and her
Yes.
almost on point specific. Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
All right. So now let's see. Dude, there's a lot to go through. There's a lot to go through on that video too, like, and how we put that together. It's going to be for an episode. It'll be interesting. But let's talk about what our whole point here and what we're trying to do when you have someone like that from the outside. Where does that? What do we think that means? What do we think it means that she's?
So, for example,
what does it mean to you? Yeah.
So what it means to me is, regardless, like, she's picking up on all of these things. She could be picking up on the memories. Like, it doesn't disprove it. It doesn't prove it. The memory theory, anyway. It just proves that she's picking up on something that I've already, documented from an outside source, like she said, because she even said that in when she was here. It doesn't prove or disprove the memory theory. It just solidifies that there's something there, so that I guess found interesting.
It's okay. That's true. And it's like, okay, but you're conversing with them and she is getting, here's what I could take out of it. Okay. If she is sitting there and she's getting, they're trying to talk to her or give her messages, then I would then say, I guess, based on the definitions of what we've been playing with, apparition, hauntings, poltergeist, that we are actually dealing with apparitions. Because if we are dealing with hauntings, they wouldn't interact. They are imprints that wouldn't interact. So her being there, then I would say makes them apparitions. It puts us in that lane. And then the idea that you're some sort of AI where you are taking hauntings and bringing them to life, like we had talked about our guest, is not the case. You're actually talking to apparitions, right? If using just her
follow
right now,
you,
that means that's what that would tell me. Like that haunting theory and that you're sort of bringing this to life is not the case. You're actually communicating with apparitions that are there. She's now felt them. They try to reach out to her. They're giving her direct messages. That's different.
Yeah.
Right? That's one thing for sure. You're like, I mean, if that's how we're cutting this up, that fits in.
Yeah.
So that's one. That's that. That's crazy and insane. I guess the second thing is, though, then why are the apparitions locked to this place? That speaks closer to what your theory is, that they are not hauntings in they are locked. They're in the memories this is where they're scattered.
Yeah.
And part of that energy, part of that spirit is in all these different places, which holds up.
Yeah.
I mean, you're interacting with the memory of that thing.
Which is crazy.
Because she is like, yeah, right? I mean, there's something. Then that thing fell off the wall. I mean, the whole thing. And then
that was, once that happened, I will say this, once that happened, her entire energy changed. She went from like, oh yeah, everywhere is haunted. This is what I do, to, oh wow, this is one of those types of places. You know what I mean? Which was great. We were talking about it outside. Yeah. It was like, yeah. And then I showed her some
disrespectful.
Like whatever, Edward. And then I showed her some past videos of things. I'm like, yo, you think one thing flying off the wall here is crazy? I'm like, this is what's happened to me in the past here. And she's just like, wild. But I'm definitely going to have her on TikTok. Definitely going to have her join me for a session or two every now and then,
Victoria.
Because we vibe, you know what I mean? And that's important for TikTok, for, entertainment purposes. You don't want two sticks in the mud, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah. Well, look, if you get along with her, you do what you want to do for your TikTok and all that. I think that's great. I think that she wants to be. a part of it. I'm gonna get her address. I'll send her a gift. I mean, she was like, you know, she went above and beyond doing this for free for us. Now we'll probably get like
definitely.
we'll probably even get like, I don't know. I got to see how I want to edit that 2 hours plus your reading. I mean,
yeah, this might be like 3 episodes worth, man,
or 4.
or 4.
You know, it's like we might. So we'll see
4.
what.
Yeah.
You know, what?
And we could definitely have her in the next season of it. Have her, you know, come on, you know, and be we could have her be a reoccurring guest.
Yeah, we'll figure this out. Well, that's all wishful thinking. But let's talk. You know, what? Tell me about what has.
I'm not sure.
Did anything change for you and your thoughts based on sitting with someone like Cathy?
No.
Well, you've always been skeptical of mediums and psychics, so
I've always been skeptic. I do know they exist, but I do know that majority of them are full of shit. Cathy, however, is not. There is something going on there. She has some sort of gift, you know, whether it's magnetic fields, whether it's, you know, whatever her theories on it are. She's proven to me that she is in the small percentage. Well, even she says it. She said it to me. She's like, John, she goes, I agree with you. There isn't, you know, everybody, you know, there's only 26 people I know that are credible.
Strangled.
You know, like there's like 26 other people that she would say, you know, are mediums in the sea of all the people that think they're mediums and psychics out there. So she's definitely credible. And she definitely has a gift. No doubt about it. You know, there's no other way to slice that. You know, she has a gift. So it's pretty cool.
Well, it seems to me like, dude, you may have a gift.
Maybe.
I mean, I mean, if an app could talk to the dead, everyone would do it. So it's like people are trying it. They're not doing it. So there's, and okay. Oh, I wanted to ask. Here's what I want to ask you. Tell me about you're going to have to put some thought into this a little bit. What's going on with the trains? Like, she's really hooked on you in that train.
I don't know.
Did anything ever happen on a train?
No, nothing ever happened on a train. I really don't know.
I'm not sure how.
I don't know. Like, I've never had any bad experiences on trains. I mean, back in the day, I used to go down to the city all the time. You know, I've been going down to the city since I was 13 years old. You know, like I've just been, you know, and by myself or with, you know, some of my older friends. You know, I had like a lot of older friends, like, you know, like people like, you know, you can edit their names out, but like, you know, like and all them, they were, you know, way older than, they're closer in age to you than they are to me. You know what I mean? A lot of those guys. Well, I was friends with them, and we'd go down to the city, and, you know, I'd go to the School of Visual Arts where they all went to school, and I'd cut class to go down there and hang out, you know, and to meet all like comic book artists and whatnot. So dude,
she talked about art and people who quit art.
Yeah.
What is
I was hanging out with all those guys. I mean, dude, one time, I shit you not, one time I had the pleasure of going out to lunch with Stan Lee with all those guys. I got to meet Stan Lee and went out to fucking lunch with them, you know?
Where are those? Okay, dude, you got to she's talked about art in a big way. And you were like, you weren't the artist.
Yeah, I wasn't the artist.
But
all my friends were down when we go down to the city.
Did any of them quit, or are any of them still alive, or are they still?
No, they're all. And not only did they not quit, one of them works for Nike designing shoes. One of them is a freelance that does a lot of work with Todd McFarlane. They all do. One works for Sesame Street. Like, they all have, like, you know, great jobs doing art now. You know, School of Visual Arts is like one of the best places to go for art in general.
Was anybody doing graffiti art?
No. But see, that's the thing. I think she was picking up on the tunnels, man. That I didn't get into it when she was there, and I should have. But when she was saying the trains and the graffiti and the tunnel, she's picking up on one of my locations that I go to. She's picking the hidden cemetery. because there's trains. It's right under the Metro North. There's graffiti all in the tunnels. That's what I think she was picking up on, to be honest with you. I think everything that she was talking about when it came to me, the majority of it was my past investigations and documentation.
Who do we think a lady with an L is?
I have no idea. The only lady with an L, other than my wife, she's alive. My sister, she's alive. And the only, listen, I didn't say her name, obviously, but the only strong grandmother figure in my life that passed away is Gracie.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But there was nothing mentioned of Gracie.
How old were you when Grace died? I don't remember. I don't remember how old I was. So it's like, I don't.
15, 16. Because I remember I was old and, well, I mean, I was always doing things, but like, I remember I'd go and visit her at the nursing home by myself. So.
I was.
Yeah. She died in what? She died in.
Dude, I'm terrible at this.
I know. I think she died in 2004 or 5.
Let me tell you something. Anything that happened last week might as well, it could have happened 10 years ago. Do you know what I'm saying? Like for me, it's all like, I don't know when it happened. I have no.
I'm the same way.
I'm absolutely terrible at that. But it's Did you have big fluffy hair when Gracie was alive?
Yeah. Yeah, if I let this go, I mean, this thing.
No. Trust. Yeah, believe me, I know. I'm trying to put together. I took a lot. I was just like sitting here taking notes, and I mean, we obviously have it all recorded, but I'm just trying to point out. But you going to the School of Visual and Performing Arts and her bringing up artwork right after talking about taking the train and all that stuff is very strange and very
strange. But then again, she could be talking about the tunnels. She could be talking about, and I document that place recently. Like, I think a lot of the things that she, and the viewers too, a lot of the viewers on TikTok that watch this, depending on what, ends up making the cut, are going to be like, no, she's talking about Buckout. She's talking about this cemetery. She's talking about the factory. She's talking about the hidden tunnel. They're going to, I guarantee it, they're going to think the same thing I am. They're going to be like, yo, she's literally talking about all these places. So
it's funny that she picked up on all those spirits in that location where you pick up those spirits, right?
Yeah.
For the most part. And then she was picking up on the other spirits
here
in the fireplace room. All right. Well,
so,
I mean,
what's cool is because she's a metalhead, and we were talking about music. One of her books, the art is done by the guy who does the Metallica art. For Metallica. Oh, wow. So she gave me the book and she signed it. So that's pretty cool.
That's fun. It's a weird connection. I'm just going through real quick. I know you got to go and you want to go. I'm just going through my notes real quick to see if there's anything that really pointed out. I think you hit on a lot of it. And we talked about it. I mean, look, like I said to begin with, it feels like that this idea, or at least one thing that we may be able to put down as a theory, is the AI theory, that you're not making it up based on an imprint, that you are dealing with actual spirits.
Man.
Now would be so you know what? Taking her to a cemetery might be a good idea. One thing she said though too about you, right? Like, you are this magnet. But maybe that's something. Like,
well,
maybe...
I agree with, because I've always theoretically said that my magnetic field affects the spirits. That's what gets them to talk. That's my theory. That's what I say on TikTok all the time. So,
I mean, with that said, it could be possible that there's no spirits at the cemetery, except when you're at the cemetery, they're there for you. And then, do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're a medium in and of itself.
Maybe.
Could you imagine? Look at you. Fucking ghost. You're just a ghost magnet. You're like a straight up supernatural silo lightning rod for ghosts.
Is that crazy?
It is wonderfully
what kind of bizarre world we live in, dude.
I don't know, man, but these past few hours with Cathy were crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to make of all this.
Yeah.
I know
neither
this.
do
I don't like the fact that the ghosts are now knowing my name. Not loving that. Not loving it.
But it makes sense. They learn. They learn. And as long as you stimulate that, they will remember. And this is not your first time here via the call.
Dude.
It's technically what, your fourth time, right?
Well, it's a few times. Yeah.
It's been a few times.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Listen.
This was good. Really good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for another episode of Splintered Spirits. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Until next time, stay curious.